Hi everyone, I'm Cody W3AMG with BridgeCom Systems, and in today's live stream we have something very special for you guys. We're actually announcing a brand new radio, but we're going to hold off for just a second. Let's do some shout outs first, go over a couple quick announcements, and then we will get into the good stuff. So let's see who's in the house today. Who do we have? Let's see. Robert AF4JJR. Good morning, Robert. See. Richard W7RBB. Rick N1TEK. Jeff WD8JM. John KC8BMA. Phil KB3UUL. David KN6RDL. Ty N4NTC. Cliff KE8NRP. Good morning. Jim N3IIG. Good morning, Jim. Let's see. Who else do we have here? Teddy AD5ON from Arkansas. Awesome. Who else do we have in the house today? Eric KF0EVP. Good morning, Eric. Awesome, there we go. So we have a lot of people in the house today. This is going to be a great stream. So this is where we talk about ham radio and all things radio related and do our best to help you be successful with your radio journey. So today we actually have a really cool new thing coming out, the BridgeCom Echo. Now what is the Echo? This is something that a lot of you have requested for a long time. It's a GMRS radio. So that's right, BridgeCom is just announcing their brand new GMRS radio. It's called the BridgeCom Echo, and it is awesome. So we're going to cover it here shortly. So first up, we have the box. You can see what it looks like. I've got the Echo right here, all put together. Let's see, there we go. Take a look at that. So here is the Echo radio. Very sleek, elegant design. Very rugged and durable. I mean, you can press on the radio, it doesn't move, belt clip sturdy. Everything about this radio is really sturdy, as you would want in a GMRS radio. And it's really simple. So let's dive into it. And before we do that, there's also something really cool. This stream, we're actually giving away 4 of these radios to 2 lucky winners. So each of you have a chance to win 2 of these radios. 2 winners are going to win today, and each one will win 2 Echo radios along with 2 extra batteries as well. So make sure you sign up for that link in the description. You don't want to miss out on that. You do have to be present to win. So if you go somewhere and you're not here, we draw the winner, we'll draw someone else afterwards. We also have the Hams of the Roundtable giveaway still going on right now. Over $1,000 worth of ham radio gear you could win if you enter that. So make sure you sign up for that. You have 5 times more chances of winning that than normal. So let's get into it. So here we have the box that comes in. We'll put this aside. There's the one I've already set up. So there's the Echo. How cool is that? Let's open it up here real quick. So we're presented with the programming cable and the user manual up front. Awesome. It's actually nice of BridgeCom to do this. We've got a nice user manual that really explains everything well. Set that aside. And then here's the radio. So we have the radio itself. Let's get it out of the box. The charger, so looks like it's a USB style charger, which is cool. That means you can charge this radio almost anywhere. If you're in your vehicle, you know, if you're at your home, very simple to charge. You could even charge it from your computer, it looks like. So there's the charger, just plugs into USB. We have our wrist strap, the belt clip, and then finally, see if we can get the battery out. Awesome, here we go. So here is the battery. So we'll get that out real quick. And the radio, the battery can basically just snap right into the radio. Put the battery up there, snap it in, super solid, not going anywhere. Perfect. And then we have the belt clip. Let's put it on real quick. So on the back, it's very easy to take the belt clip on and off if you don't want it. It just slides on. There's no screws or having to you know, take a lot of time to take it on and off. So if you want to have a sleek radio but then you want to put it on your belt, you can just slap the belt clip on there. And then to take it off, a little clip on top, push that in, and it slides right off, just like that. So we'll leave that on there for now. And then the wrist strap, it also comes with a wrist strap, and that's pretty simple too. There's a little notch up there at the top that you can slide it through. So we'll do that real quick. Attach the wrist strap. Now the wrist straps are great, like if you have kids you want to give these radios to. That's the cool thing with GMRS. GMRS is perfect for your family, you know, especially people who aren't quite into amateur radio yet. You know, people like you and me, we're into amateur radio already, but some people haven't got that. They haven't got the spark for radio, and playing around with radios is a great way to get interested in that. At least that's how it was for me. So this is a great way to introduce your family to radio as well. So we'll put this wrist strap on here real quick. There we go, perfect. And we'll just feed it through. Not typically a huge fan of wrist straps, but I think it's something pretty neat on these GMRS radios because you may be, you know, handing them off to your kids or going hiking with them and just being able to have them attached to you, if you will. And here's a trick I learned a long time ago. We'll share it real quick. So if you can actually make the wrist strap even more useful. So if it's on your wrist, it can just fall off, right? So you basically tie a knot in it, except instead of tying it around both of the straps, you just tie it around the top one. So we'll do this real quick here, if I can remember how it works. Just like that. There we go, perfect. So now we have two sections to the wrist strap, and it can actually slide. So it can open up large enough to fit your hand in, and then it slides, and there's no way it can fall off your wrist. This is great, you know, if you're going hiking with these, want to have them on you, want to have them on your kids, you can give them these kind of wrist straps. So there's no way to really lose them. Once you put it on, it tightens up, and then you can easily just take it back off. So handy little tip for you there. Awesome, so we have the radio all set up. Let's try it out. So to turn it on, we just turn this little channel knob, and let's turn on our other radio too. Cool, there we go. And then usually it'll let you know. I don't think I turned the volume up. So that's, there we go. So it tells us what channel we're on. And then we can rotate this taller knob to change the channels. So it's very simple. It'll just speak to you what channel you're on. So 1, 2, 3. Right, so 1, 2, 3. And then, so this radio has 30 channels total. So that includes all of the GMRS channels you're used to, FRS, as well as the 8 repeater channels for GMRS. So it's awesome to see it has all of the 8 repeater channels. So 1 through 7 are going to be the channels that are kind of shared, if you will, with FRS, as well as 8 through 14. Now 1 through 7, you're going to get 3 watts of output power. 8 through 14, you're going to get 0.5. So if you're actually using it, and the modulation on that's a little bit different. So if you're actually using it with FRS radios, if your buddies don't have GMRS radios, probably the best thing to do is use the 8 through 14 channel group, just so you don't, you're not coming super loud over their radios. Otherwise, you know, it may be difficult to hear yourself because you'd be too loud. But if you're talking to GMRS radios, which is where the fun happens, channels 15 to 21 are the main GMRS channels. Those you're going to get your full modulation and 3 watts of power, so you're going to get really good range with that. So let's try it out here. We've got this on channel 4.
3, 5, 4.
Perfect. So with channel 4 on each of them, let's give it a shot real quick, see if it works. And now GMRS is cool because you don't actually have to take a test. You can literally just go to the FCC and register, and you get your call sign. I think it's like $70. That's what I paid for mine, and then you get your call sign. So we'll try it out. Testing 1, 2, 3. This is WRKQ361. Perfect. How cool is that? So we can talk to the other radio just like that. Works great. There was absolutely no delay. In fact, it was hard to even hear it was working because you just hear your voice the same as you're speaking it. But it definitely works. You can see it there. Testing 1, 2, 3. This is WRKQ361. Perfect. How neat is that? Now we could go over here to channel, let's say we'll go to 16.
9, 12, 13, 16, 15, 16, 8, 11, 14, 15, 16.
Perfect, 16. So we'll try it out here. Now, channel 16 is going to be one of the main GMRS channels. So this is basically just for the GMRS use, which is cool. Testing 1, 2, 3, trying out channel 16 on my new Echo radio. This is WRKQ361. There we go, awesome, how cool is that? Now obviously it's up to you to follow the FCC rules with GMRS and announcing your call sign. I believe it's every 15 minutes or so. You know, make sure you follow all the proper FCC rulings on all of that. But that is the Echo. Now, it doesn't stop there. You can actually change even more. These are fully customizable when it comes to tones. So you can go in there and change the tones on all or any of the channels. And the other part is they work with repeaters. So if you have a local GMRS repeater, it works. And then if you want to set one up, it would work great for that too. Now, you may be wondering, what is the main use case for GMRS? Why would you want to use GMRS? What's it for, right? So the main purpose, at least from what I've seen that GMRS is great for, is for families. So if you have a large property or even a small little community, setting up a GMRS repeater allows you to have your whole family on a system. Or even if you just have a small household, you could just get the radios without a repeater. You know, if you have 5 people in your family, you get yourself 5 radios, and then you can all be in communication completely legally, but it's a lot better than just a little walkie-talkie. These are going to give you a lot more power, and you can stay in communication to help keep your family safe. And the cool part is, like my call sign, that covers my entire family, the GMRS license, and there's no test. So basically you can go out, set up your family for communications for eternity pretty much. You may have to renew your license at some point. I don't know the details on that, but it's super simple to get into, and you can take the initiative and get everyone into it. Whereas, you know, ham radio, you've got to get everyone on board first. So this is a great first step to get people on board with radio. And from there, you know, we obviously would encourage everyone to get their ham radio license, as would you. So let's take a look, and if you would like to get one of these radios, or if you're not interested but you just want to learn some more information about it, give us a call, 816-532-8451, and press 2, and we will get you some more information on it. There's a lot these can do, probably more than I can cover here in this stream, but they're very simple to use, and we'd love to talk to you about it, so please give us a call if you have any questions about it. We also have them available on the website, so you can take a look at them there. But definitely, if you have questions, give us a call. We'd love to work with you. So let's take a look at the software. So we have a programming cable here, right? Came with a programming cable. We'll open that up and plug this into the computer and try out the software. So we'll plug it in here real quick. I'm going to plug in this radio. So you just open up this tab on the side. Again, super simple. It's actually on a hinge mechanism. Everything about this radio feels really solid. I mean, there's no play in the belt clip. There's no play in the radio. If you squeeze on it, it doesn't do anything. To be honest with you, I was impressed when this radio came in the shop the first time when we were, you know, doing initial testing. So I'm definitely going to be getting some of these myself. Perfect, there we go. So we've got it plugged in. Make sure it's turned on. So we have the radio plugged in and turned on. Now let's jump over to the computer. Awesome, okay. Here we go. So we're going to open up, I've already installed the software, which is here, the BridgeCom E30. So that's the Echo. So we'll open that up here, just to make that a little bit bigger. Perfect. So here is our software. Now I want to read from the radio first, that way I don't overwrite anything or mess anything up. Always a good idea to do that because it's programmed from the factory the way you want to have it programmed. So let's see, where is the, perfect. We'll make sure we can see it here in the COM port. We can. So now we're going to read from it. There we go, read from radio. Great, there we go, it's complete. Now at this point, we can see everything here. Perfect. So we have all of our channels. Now if I wanted to change the tones, let's say channel 1, let's make that a tone of, why not 100? We'll make that a tone of 100. And then what about, yeah, this will be good. We'll change channel 2 to also be 100. Perfect, there we go. So we should be set. Now you can change all of the tones. Now as we can see here, if we scroll down, the actual GMRS only channels have a different tone built in. All the FRS just have the standard 67. That's pretty standard for FRS radios if you haven't changed the tones. So you'll be able to reach, talk to most people if they have just a standard FRS radio. It's also fully compatible with the BridgeCom Buddy. So if you have BridgeCom Buddies, these will work great with them too. Perfect, there we go. And then the GMRS channels come with a different standard tone, the 141.3. But you can change that, and then the repeater channels, obviously you can change that separately too. If you want to have a different transmit and receive tone, you can change that. Awesome. There we go. So we're going to go ahead and write this to the radio. So just click the write button and write. And just leave the password thing blank. There's no need to worry about that. Awesome, there we go. So we've written to the radio. Now we should be able to unplug it. Now at this point, I'm going to program the other radio because we obviously need to do the same thing on it if it's going to work. There we go, make sure it's turned on. It is. Let's see if we can see it in the COM port here. Yep, it's showing up. So let's read from this radio. There we go, pretty simple. And this software is very simple. There's not, not too much to mess up, if you will. It just really a matter of changing your tones. I'm sure there's a few other things you can do in here as well. But changing the tones is the primary reason you would use this. So we'll change that to 100. There we go, 100. Now I'm not going to change channel 2 on this one because I want to show you what happens if we don't actually change the tone. There we go. And let's write this to the radio. Perfect. There we go. Let's try it. So channel 1 should be able to communicate with both radios now, but channel 2 on this radio would only be able to communicate with other radios that had that same tone. So we'll see how that works here. There we go. Let's see what channel we're on.
15, 13, 11, 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 14, 12, 10, 8, 5, 4, 2, 1, 41.
There we go. So channel 1 on both radios. Perfect. Let's check it out. Testing, 1, 2, 3, radio check, 1, 2, 3. Awesome, there we go. So it works perfectly fine with channel 1. Testing, 1, 2, 3, WRKQ361. Cool, how cool is that? Now if we go to channel 2 on each radio.
2.
Now one of these radios does not have the tone programmed in it, so don't believe it's going to work, but let's try it. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Nope, not hearing a thing. Let's try it the other way. Testing, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There we go, and that's because we changed both. Now we could have just changed one of them and been able to, talk to this radio but not reversed. You could have it set up that way too. So a lot of options there, but you can see how those privacy tones work. That way, if you're in a busy environment using your radios, let's say you're at a big camp and there's a lot of other people there with GMRS radios, that's the cool thing with this software. You can change those tones, and that way you are going to be able to have private communications with your family as opposed to being on the same communication that everyone else is using. So it's going to be a lot easier for you to communicate. Awesome, there we go. So we programmed the radios. Let's talk about what the buttons do on them. And once again, if you have any questions at all about these, give us a call. We'd love to help you with it, provide you some more information, anything like that. Again, that number is 816-532-8451 and press 2. We'll have links in the description be sure to check them out. Give us a call and we will help you with it. So once again, right now during the stream, we're also giving away 2 radios to 2 lucky winners. So 4 radios total, 2 radios to 2 lucky winners right here today. So make sure you sign up for that. We're also going to throw in 2 extra batteries for each winner as well. So don't want to miss out on that. You do have to be present to win though, so stick around. Awesome. There we have it. So what do the buttons do? We have the volume knob, which also acts as an on-off switch. Then we have the channel knob up here. Now over here on the side, we actually have the monitor button. What this will do is basically remove your squelch. So if you hold that down, you can monitor. That way, if like you're on the edge of a transmission and you can't quite make it out, you know, the squelch keeps cutting in and out, you just hold that button down and then you're going to be able to hear everything. So, you know, if someone's far away and they're just on the fringe, you can hold that button down and hear the transmission. So let's try it real quick. Perfect, there we go. So it works. Obviously, if someone's talking, it's going to sound a lot better than just the background static. But that works perfectly. And then finally, it's pretty simple. There's only one other button on the radio, which is up top. Now that's just basically an alarm. So we press it. So that is an alarm button that sends out an alarm. And as we can see there, it actually made it to the other radio as well. So it sends out an alarm signal. That way, you know, other people are going to know you're in need. There we go. So how cool is that? We'll just turn them off, reset, so we shouldn't have any more alarms. There we go, perfect. And that's a great feature, you know, so if someone was to get hurt, you can hit that alarm. Everyone's going to know something's going on. And we even had those radios on different tones, and the alarm still came through. That way, you know, you're going to be able to be safe no matter what. So let's take some questions. What do you guys want to know about the radios?
Can the antennas be removed or upgraded?
Great question. So unfortunately on FRS and GMRS radios, you are not legally allowed to remove the antennas. And no, these are not removable antennas. They're fixed, not going anywhere, can't remove them.
What are some of the differences between these radios and the new buddies?
That's a great question. Yeah, so these radios, they're GMRS radios. The buddies are simply FRS, so you're just going to get those FRS channels. These radios, they cost a little bit more, but they're a much beefier radio, a GMRS radio. So they do all the FRS stuff, but they also do the GMRS and the GMRS repeaters. And what that means is you're going to be able to talk to people at much further distances if you have like a repeater system for your family. Or even just on the GMRS channels, you have a little bit more range that you're going to have. And with the buddy, one of the reasons people like the buddy is there's absolutely no license required. So those are great to just hand to your kids, get into radio, you know, get 10 of them for the household. That's what the buddy's good for. These are a little bit more in depth, but these are going to provide ultimately a greater communication for your family.
Can you program the Echo using a Mac?
That's a good question. At this time, I do not believe there's a Mac version of the software out there. I'm sure you could use some kind of virtual machine or boot camp or something like that to run the program, but we do not currently have a Mac version of the software.
Can the GMRS frequencies be programmed with the PC?
That's a good question. Yeah, so the GMRS, the channels that are in there are the channels that are in these radios. I don't believe you can change any of the channels, but it has the GMRS channels built in as well as the 8 repeater channels. So you should be set there in terms of channels. You can change the tones on any of them though. And I actually saw a question here. Someone asked, how much do these cost? So these are actually only $99 for a radio, and that includes everything. You get the programming cable, the battery charger, the USB battery charger that plugs into the wall. You get the wrist strap, the heavy-duty belt clip, the radio itself, built-in antenna, and everything you will need from BridgeCom in order to make sure you are successful. So we're not just going to hand you the radio and all the goodies with it. That'd be nice, but we also are going to make videos, help you through the process. If you have any questions, you can call us, get a live person work through whatever problem you're having with you, and we stand behind it 100%.
What is the expected range for GMRS radios?
That's a good question. Really going to depend a lot on your terrain and what kind of communication you're doing. So if you're just radio to radio, you may get 2, 3, 4 miles, kind of line of sight, depending on your terrain. It's hard to put a number on that. But if you're going to a repeater system, or if you're real out in the flatlands using the GMRS channels, you probably do a little bit better. And I actually know some people who use GMRS radios for repeater system, and they're oftentimes getting 25 miles, talking to the repeater. So, if you have a large property, so maybe a ranch or a farm, definitely get yourself a GMRS repeater system, and that way you're going to be able to communicate across your entire property. But, if you have a household, just get some radios.
When you wrote to the radio, there was a password field. What is that used for?
That's a great question. I have never used a password field myself. In fact, I'm pretty new to the Echo radio as well. It's just coming out. It looks pretty awesome. Everything I've tested with it so far has worked great. Good range on it. But the password field, I'm not familiar with. Don't know what that's for. It appears as though if you just ignore it, everything works fine. My guess is there's some kind of password in there if you wanted to set a password. That way you could protect it. But it shouldn't be necessary for you.
Is there a channel lock?
That's a great question. I don't believe there is a channel lock. Now, if there is, definitely give us a call. We can verify that for you for sure. I have not found one, but if you're curious, give us a call, 816-532-8451. We'd love to find that out for sure. I know one of the techs would be able to give you that information. I just don't know off the top of my head.
Can the Echo use an external mic?
Absolutely. So the Echo radios, we'll open it up real quick. On the side have the same K2 connector that all the AnyTone radios have, as well as the Buddies. So you can use the BCS 200 speaker mic or one of the earpieces, absolutely.
How long does the battery last?
That's a great question. So battery life on these, like I said, I personally have not done a ton of testing in terms of battery life, but they do have a relatively big battery, so you should get quite a bit of time. Let's see, how big is it? It's a 2200 milliamp hour battery, powering a 3-watt radio. So you're going to get some run time. From some of the testing we've done, we've had them turn on for, over a week, not really had any trouble there. It's going to depend how much you're transmitting, as well as what channels you're transmitting on ultimately. So that's going to make a difference there. But in general, they have really good battery life. And the cool part for me is you can actually charge them up with USB, which makes it so much more convenient. You can just plug it in your car or in your home, just like your cell phone.
Are the Echoes waterproof?
That's a great question. No, the Echoes are not waterproof. They are a very rugged radio though. You're not going to have to worry too much about, if you drop the radio. They're solid. They're not going anywhere, but they are not waterproof. A couple drops probably isn't going to hurt anything, but if you're going out, into a flooded area, definitely want to put some kind of protection on the radio.
Are these good for car-to-car communication or more for on-the-ground hiking?
Actually, they'd work great for both. In fact, recently I've used some radios to do exactly that, car-to-car communication, and they work great for that. But they work perfect for hiking too. Those are probably my two main use cases for radios like this. Be able to give one to a family member or a friend and talk going on a road trip, or if you're out hiking and camping. That's the other case. I use them for that all the time. These radios work perfect for that. So really, either way, they're going to work fine for you.
What accessories work with the Echo?
What accessories work with the Echo? So all of the accessories that work with the AnyTone, with the K2 style plug, are going to work with this. So the K2 plug, we'll show you here on the camera, looks basically like this. It's got the two prongs, and that simply plugs into the radio like so. So you can plug in the speaker mics, earpieces, just about anything that works with that K2 plug is going to work fine with these radios.
Are you going to make a D-Star and Fusion version?
That's a great question. Yeah, so with GMRS, currently there's no D-Star Fusion or anything like that on GMRS. Now there is something cool. A lot of people now are getting what's called a My GMRS systems, which basically link all of the GMRS repeaters together. So you can actually, there's a whole group of people out there who have linked GMRS repeaters together over the internet. And so it's actually a growing community. You can talk to people, you know, around the country on GMRS now too. So definitely something to look into.
Can you add additional repeater channels?
To my knowledge, you cannot add any more channels. It's got all the 8 repeater channels in there for GMRS, so you shouldn't really have a need to add any more. As for like amateur radio, you can't add anything like that to it. But, you know, definitely for more information, give us a call, 816-532-8451, and press 2, and we will verify all that information for you and, you know, get you set up with what you need.
How many channels can be programmed, i.e., can you program a frequency with different tones?
You can absolutely program a frequency with different tones. So we have tones here. I could show you real quick. I believe you can do so. Let's try changing one of these. So we'll change channel 16 to 100. See if it'll let us here. Yeah, perfect. So it lets me change those, you know, encode and decode tones. Definitely, absolutely. So you can change all the channels, but your radio is only going to have those 30 channels in it at one time.
Can the hotspot work as a repeater for GMRS?
Great question. No, the hotspot is simply for amateur radio, not for GMRS. It's not a repeater system. But if you're wanting a repeater system, we can definitely you know, help you find out if that's something you need. First off, you know, find out if it's a good solution for you, and if it is, then we can help you find what you need to get it set up.
Do these have weather channel capability?
That's a great question. You know, I don't know off the top of my head if they do. I don't believe they do, but I don't want to steer you wrong on that. You know, I tell you what, we will find that information out, and if they do, we'll let you guys know. I don't know off the top of my head, but definitely give us a call, 816-532-8451, and press 2, and we will let you know.
And just so everyone knows, during this live stream, we're offering a tiered pricing option for the Echo. If you buy 2 or more Echoes, you can save more on each subsequent Echo. Visit the landing page in the video description and scroll to the bottom to see how much you can save.
Awesome. So you heard it there. Definitely, this is the time to get your Echo radio. They're actually going to be probably selling fast. We've seen with the Buddy radios, they went really fast. So if you don't want to miss out on these, you definitely want to get one while you can. Looks like, yeah, don't believe they do support the weather channels. But, you know, GMRS is all about communicating with people. Here's the great thing with this. You're going to be in communication with not only, you know, just yourself and maybe some other people. You're going to have your whole family on communication. And, you know, if something ever was to go wrong, that does a lot for people. Having everyone in communication on the same page in any kind of disastrous situation, that is huge. So definitely worthwhile, you know, protecting your family with some FRS or GMRS radios. Any more questions?
Does it have a scan feature?
I do not believe it has a scan feature. But we could definitely, I don't think it does, I don't believe it does a scan feature. Definitely, if you're curious about that, give us a call, 816-532-8451 and press 2, and we will get you that information for certain. Very first day of these radios going live, so it's still a little bit of information to be learned about them, but I don't believe it has a scan feature from the testing I've done so far.
All right, it appears we have our winners for today's giveaway.
Perfect. So we have some winners for today's giveaway. This is getting exciting. Just launched the brand new BridgeCom Echo GMRS radio. You guys have been asking about this for a long time, a GMRS radio, and it's finally here. So how cool is that? And 2 of you are going to win 2 radios for yourself, along with 2 extra batteries today. So let's see who it is. And if you want to get one for yourself, or you just want some more information, remember, give us a call, 816-532-8451, and press 2, and we will get you the information you need. So let's see who won the radios.
Winner number 1 is James Hardy, call sign WRJG291.
James, are you in the house? Let's see it. If you are, you just won yourself a brand new BridgeCom Echo GMRS radio ×2. You get 2 of them and 2 extra batteries. Let's see, is he here?
While we wait, does it work with Chirp software for programming?
That's a great question. I have never tested it with Chirp software. We provide the software for the radio, so I would recommend using the BridgeCom software, but I have yet to test it with Chirp.
And James, excuse me, is here.
Awesome. Congratulations, James. You have just won yourself 2 of the BridgeCom's first ever GMRS radio. Brand new BridgeCom Echo GMRS radio. You've got 2 of those radios will be on the way to you, along with 2 extra batteries. So you'll have an extra battery for each radio. Congratulations to you. Hope you really enjoy those. Let's see who's next.
Winner number 2, Jason Ridestrand, call sign WRMS905.
Awesome, Jason. If Jason is in the house, he's just won himself the same package, 2 radios and 2 extra batteries. Let's find out.
While we wait, can you talk to the ISS with these radios?
So I do not believe you'd be able to talk to the space station with these radios. You know, that would be if you're able to, that would be awesome. But I don't believe that would be tough. Let's see. Is Jason in the house?
We are getting confirmation on Jason.
Still waiting for Jason.
It looks like he's here.
Awesome. Congratulations. Jason is here. You have just won yourself 2 of the BridgeCom's Echo radio, the brand new GMRS radio, never seen before from BridgeCom. Awesome. You're going to enjoy them. You got 2 radios on the way to you, along with 2 extra batteries. How cool is that? So, like I said, if you want some more information on these, or you know what, your family is important, so definitely want to protect your family. Get yourself set up with some communications. Anyone in your family can use these. I actually have a video that shows how to get your GMRS license. So if you don't know how to do that, we'll put the link in the video description so you can go to that video and learn how to get your license. It's super simple, and that way your entire family is safe. So make sure you do that, and then that's it for now. So hopefully you enjoyed. If you have questions, give us a call, 816-532-8451, and press 2, and we will see you in the next video. This is Cody W3AMG from BridgeCom 73.